This video contains racial slurs, racial humor, and offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised. Despite how beautiful our world is, human beings have always been plagued with distasteful emotions that has led to a horrible history of wars, prejudice, discrimination, and racial injustice.
What you think I can't pay for it?
Well, there is no layaway plan.
Even in modern times where there's active laws and systems put in place to fight against inequality, it seems that racial tension is still loud and very present, even in our most evolved state.
Yeah, why can't we go to the beach? Because there's a sign that says no blacks allowed. I don't understand.
There's one group of people in society that use this to their benefit, a group that isn't afraid to really lean into stereotypes and speak loudly about our racial differences. In fact, it's their bread and butter.
White folks were shocked when they saw that tape. Police whooping black folks in the black community ain't no new shit. When I saw that, I thought it was a fucking new Timex commercial. I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Comedians have always been famous for pushing boundaries and for finding creative ways to make light of negative situations. Hollywood has been utilizing racial tension for decades.
But you are not, I'm not a woman. White? Oh, the deception! The betrayal, man, you deceived me!
Some portrayals of race are just distasteful and damn right insulting, and others seem to walk that fine line between hella racist and brilliant social commentary. On today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of an African-American sergeant in the satirical action comedy Tropic Thunder.
I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
What?
We'll also be diving into the 90s action/comedy Rush Hour, starring Chris Tucker and the legendary Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
What is it good for? Absolutely
You know nothing about no war.
Everybody knows war. Who? Yeah.
Both movies were released in a less sensitive era, and no cancel culture meant less consequences surrounding content that could be classed as offensive.
I've been looking for your sweet and sour chicken ass.
Some content from this era did not age well,
Do you speak any English?
but this freedom also left lots of room for more bold, raw, creative expression in entertainment that had something important to say about society. So, why are both these movies still loved by fans despite the sensitive racial humor? In which context is racial humor and stereotypes acceptable? And how does a movie tastefully execute a racial joke in a way that adds to the story and says something deeper about the world we live in?
Be a moron. Yeah, to be moronical.
Exactly, to be a moron.
An imbecile.
Yeah.
Like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
When I was playing the character.
Let's start with Tropic Thunder, starring and directed by Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller sat down one day and said,
Who left the fridge open?
"I've been in Hollywood for a hot minute now, starring in huge movies alongside some of the biggest actors in the game. Now, wouldn't it be hilarious if I made a movie about these actors and how they take themselves far too seriously?"
You're my... See, that's what I think it is, Damien. I think it's the line.
Yeah.
I don't know if Four Leaf would say that. Would you... Four Leaf?
Were you crying when your hairs blew up?
And so, Tropic Thunder was born, a film centered around a group of egotistical actors attempting to finish a war movie in a forest that happens to be desperately close to a real-life terrorist group. When the director drops them off in the middle of a war zone in order to capture the authentic experience, the actors struggle to come to terms with the fact that they're no longer shooting a movie, and this war has become real. There are many elements of this movie that's brilliant. We have an awesome all-star cast, and everyone in the movie seems to fearlessly take the comedy as far as they can. But without a doubt, the standout performance was from none other than Iron Man himself. In the movie, Robert Downey Jr. plays an Australian actor named Kirk Lazarus, who is an esteemed award-winning actor casted to play an African-American character named Sergeant Lincoln Osiris. Yes, Robert Downey Jr. is doing blackface for this role. How the hell did he get away with this?
Into the water, ladies.
No, man. Let me take a look at that map right quick.
Why is everybody all obsessed with the map?
Because we're tired of being your trail donkeys, acting like you some one-man GPS. God damn it! We lost. We fucking super lost, man. Tell him, McCluskey.
Tell them what time it
The
is.
humor isn't directed at black people as a race. It's actually pointing a figure at the absurdity of method acting.
You guys all read the script, right?
I don't read scripts. Script reads me.
What the hell does that even mean?
And how ridiculously far Kirk goes in order to embody this character, to the point where he forgets who the hell he is.
I think I might be nobody.
Robert's acting is incredible as he fully leans into the stereotype and comedy surrounding the foolishness of this mindset.
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man!
The real reason why this doesn't feel racist is because of Brandon T. Jackson's character. In the movie, he plays Al Pacino, a opinionated rapper who has just recently gone into acting.
Man, everyone's gay once in a while.
I'm not gay.
This
How about we do
Hollywood.
this? How about we all get back to work?
He's the main person that reacts to Kirk's craziness, and he isn't afraid to call out how ridiculous his blackface performance is. He's always there to speak for the audience and reminds Kirk that he is in fact Australian.
And why am I in this movie? Maybe I just knew I had to represent. Because they had one good part in for a black man, they gave it to Crocodile Dundee.
Pump your brakes, kid. That man's a national treasure.
But what I find funny is that Kirk refuses to come out of character the whole way through the movie, even when it's been established that they're no longer filming. He's so deep into the role he's even getting fake offended by any slightly racist remarks and refusing to acknowledge the fact that he's white and not black.
I don't believe you people.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
The reason this movie is brilliant and the racial humor works is because it focuses on the absurdity of method acting and those that get so deep into a performance that they strip themselves of all logic and ethics. It also comments on how weird that this is socially accepted in Hollywood.
Fuck that, man. I'm sick of this koala hugging nigga telling me
For 400 years, that word has kept us down.
what the fuck?
We are left laughing at Kirk as a character rather than laughing at black people as a race, which is the reason why it's an example of tasteful racial humor.
Always live it, you and me, baby.
That's the theme song for the Jeffersons. You really need help.
And just because the theme song don't make it not true.
Now let's take a look at Rush Hour. This movie was released at a critical point in time.
That's beautiful. That's nice. What's that?
Black and Asian American representation was at an all-time low in blockbuster movies. So when both Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan landed on the big screen, it became both historically impactful and an exciting point in time.
I'm gonna go get the ambulance. I'll be right back.
What are you doing?
Just hang on, man. I'll be right back.
Carter!
I was just playing.
This movie definitely doesn't shy away from racial tension. In fact, it's at the forefront of the narrative and each punchline. Carter and Lee both meet each other with prejudice and disinterest. They've been forced together and are being pushed aside on a big case that involves the kidnapping of a young Chinese girl.
When you walk by every night, talking sweet and looking fine, how you kinda hectic inside.
Massive shout out to Soo Young and this awesome singing scene. Carter assumes Lee doesn't speak English and looks at him like a child he's been forced to babysit.
Yeah, John Wayne, man, the Duke. Hang out with the Duke. I'll be right back. You might see one of your cousins walking around.
Whereas Lee looks at Carter like a loud-mouthed fool who he's desperate to get away from.
Not being able to speak is not the same as not speaking. You seem as if you like to talk. I like to let people talk who like to talk. It makes it easier to find out how full of shit they are.
What the hell did you just say?
Both underestimate each other and prejudge each other based on race and first impressions. So the jokes and insults also stem from this place.
Ever touch a black man's radio, boy? You can do that in China, but you can get your ass killed out here, man.
But we begin to see the chemistry and the friendship forming over their chaotic time together. Despite their playful banter, they both start learning about each other's cultures.
Your daddy was a policeman?
15 years LAPD.
My father was also a policeman.
Your daddy was a cop.
And coming to respect each other along the course of the movie, moving from a place of ignorance to a place of brotherhood. This is the scene that marks the shift from plain racism to cultural appreciation. Despite their ongoing bickering and throwaway insults,
They don't like you. I don't like you.
I don't care. I'm here for the girl.
The girl don't like you. Nobody likes you.
Carter and Lee find a moment to connect through music, and they both show their willingness to listen and take on the other person's culture and respect their differences. Probably some jokes that wouldn't fly in this day and age.
What's up, my nigga?
But the heart of the movie is strong and meant a lot to the Black and Asian communities at the time. The union of these two minority groups, mixed in with fun action scenes, great casting, and the playfulness around the racial tension, seemed to both shed light on these issues and slightly lighten tensions surrounding them.
Blow everybody up!
Yeah, blow everybody up!
Push the goddamn button!
Push the goddamn button!
We all know racism is bad. Racial prejudice, discrimination, and stereotypes are often ways to tear communities apart. But there is power in calling out these issues, shedding light on our differences in order to begin appreciating each other's cultures.
I have a dream that white people and black people and even Chinese people can gamble together without getting different chips.
If done properly, with class and good intentions, racial humor can often be a useful bridge to connect communities and different races. No matter our skin tones and birthplaces, there's one thing we all have in common: we all love to laugh. So why not laugh together? Thank you for watching Movie Misfits. Don't forget to subscribe and comment your thoughts down below. Keep opening yourself up to new cultures and stay respectful. We'll see you in our next video.